Mueller's secret past exposed. Now he could be the one going to jail. By Carmen Sabia, Politics U.S. News from AdWorldNews.com. After more than a year of investigation into President Donald Trump, a Russian connection to the case has finally been found. But there is a reason that you have not seen this revelation around the clock on mainstream media networks. The Russian connections lead directly to Special Counsel Robert Mueller. A report released Monday by The Hill outlined an operation conducted by the FBI in 2009 when Mueller was the director. It now has him in this conflict of interest that could destroy his entire investigation into President Trump. But he didn't know about this, right? He didn't know about this conflict of interest to recuse himself all this time. Really? What a crock. Every day it proves to be worse and worse for this traitor. In 2009, when Mueller ran the FBI, the Bureau asked Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska to spend millions of his own dollars funding an FBI-supervised operation to rescue a retired FBI agent, Robert Levinson, captured in Iran while working for the CIA in 2007, The Hill wrote. Yes, that's the same Deripaska who has surfaced in Mueller's current investigation and who was recently sanctioned by the Trump administration, author John Solomon said. The Levinson mission is confirmed by more than a dozen participants inside and outside the FBI, including Deripaska, his lawyer, the Levinson family, and a retired agent who supervised the case. Mueller was kept apprised of the operation, officials told me. Not only did more than a dozen people connected to the operation confirm its existence, they also told The Hill that Mueller was kept abreast of the operation every step of the way. Mueller convinced the Russian billionaire to help finance the operation in 2009, the sources said. We knew he was paying for his team helping us, and that probably ran into the millions, an official who was involved in the operation told The Hill. One agent who helped court Deripaska was Andrew McCabe, the recently fired FBI deputy director who played a seminal role starting the Trump-Russia case, multiple sources confirmed, The Hill reported. An attorney for Deripaska also confirmed his client's role in the operation and his relationship with Mueller. The billionaire spent $25 million to help assemble a team to rescue Levinson from Iran before Hillary Clinton, who was serving as Secretary of State, nixed the deal. She nixed the deal. How evil is this woman? That's a very good question. Deripaska's efforts came very close to success. David McGee, a former federal prosecutor who represents Levinson's family, told The Hill. We were told at one point that the terms of Levinson's release had been agreed to by Iran and the U.S. and included a statement by then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton pointing a finger away from Iran. At the last minute, Secretary Clinton decided not to make the agreed-on statement. Levinson is still missing, and his family continues to worry about his safety because Clinton decided not to seal the deal that would have facilitated his return to his family. We tried to turn over every stone we could to rescue Bob, but every time we started to get close, the State Department seemed to always get in the way. Robin Gritz, a retired agent who supervised the Levinson case, said. I kept Director Mueller and Deputy Director John Pistol informed of the various efforts and operations, and they offered to intervene with state if necessary. But things get tricky for Mueller with his indictment of former campaign manager for President Trump, Paul Manafort. Mueller's indictment of Manafort makes no mention of Deripaska, even though prosecutors have evidence that Manafort contemplated inviting his old Russian client for a 2016 Trump campaign briefing, according to The Hill. The U.S. government in April imposed sanctions on Deripaska, one of several prominent Russians targeted to punish Vladimir Putin, using the same sort of allegations that state used from 2006 to 2009. Yet between those two episodes, Deripaska seemed good enough for the FBI to ask him to fund that multi-million-dollar rescue mission and to allow him into the country 8 times. Why did Mueller leave Deripaska out of the indictment? Was it because he knew that his connection to the Russian billionaire, who just had sanctions against him imposed by the United States government, would have been revealed? The real question becomes whether it was proper to leave Deripaska out of the Manafort indictment, and whether that omission was to avoid the kind of transparency that is really required by law, Alan Dershowitz told The Hill. It's possible the Bureau's arrangement with Deripaska violated the Anti-Deficiency Act, which prohibits the government from accepting voluntary services. Clinton Justice Department lawyer Melanie Sloan said. After all this time, it could be Robert Mueller who broke the law. Is this enough to end the investigation? And could it even be enough to prosecute Mueller? I agree with that. Yeah, I hope they prosecute Mueller. But the big question is, why did Hillary nix that deal? And he's an ex-FBI. I mean, and again, I'm going to say it. The FBI that's sticking up for the witch. Look how she let the guy rot in prison when the deal was going to be done to release Levinson. And she nixed the deal. I wonder why Hillary Clinton nixed that deal. Maybe Levinson had information on her that she doesn't want out? Who knows what the guy knew to let him rot in prison when the deal was going to go through? So now Mueller, getting back to Mueller, he has a conflict of interest there. He withheld the information, deliberately withheld it. So doesn't that put him in jeopardy? Yeah, of course it does. Let's see who's going to start prosecuting Mueller for this. I mean, the plot thickens. The plot thickens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.